When I finished Patlabor, the movie, my very first reaction was, what in the world did I just watch? One of y'all commented 10 out of 10. Girl, 10 out of 10 what? Confusion? What? Then I watched the movie again and I'm like, girl, 10 out of 10. Yay! Welcome to TwT TV. I'm Faith and this is our movie club where I drag y'all into watching a movie with me. You leave your takes and we figure it out together. So this all started because I decided it was finally time to watch a Mamoru Oshii movie. I made a poll, we locked in on this one, and I kind of just dove in headfirst, which might explain why my first watch was a little rough. Also maybe because it was so late at night. It was past midnight, I think. I could feel the big talks. Symbolism, biblical stuff, technical science stuff, just flying right over my head. We were like 10 minutes or so and I was watching it with my sister. I forced her, of course. She paused and was like, is it how it's gonna be until the end? Like, are we not gonna understand what's happening? It was like such a genuine question. No shade, no nothing. So yeah, the movie moved. We moved along with it. It was fun. We had more to talk about at the end than just girls so confusing. Like, we thought the posters were a little misleading. I mean, they're cute, especially like the one with Noah looking up. That's my favorite. But they kind of make you think that like she's the MC when it's more like a teamwork, right? But she's the face of the brand, right? I mean, we didn't know that. We were also a little confused about the type of character she was gonna be. When I was trying to convince my sister to watch it, I showed her the posters. She was like, immediately, she was like, girl, no. I know exactly the kind of character she is, like energetic, unnecessarily enthusiastic anime character. I cannot. Now I cannot. I mean, that didn't stop me. I was not having it. So yeah, we watched it. But yeah, and she was like quick to take all of that back. As soon as we got to know her, she was like, yeah, she's cool, we're cool. Steven says in his awesome comment, dude, like seriously, thank you for this. This movie is the perfect balance between Oshii's writing on the topic of conspiracy and cyber terrorism and Masumi Yuki's charming character moments and lighthearted tone. I think what stuck with me on that first watch was more like Yuki's side of things, you know, the character dynamic and, you know, those chaotic moments, which he lists some of the good ones here. Captain Goto manipulating everyone without them even knowing. Yeah, like this, along with Asuma pulling all-nighters and like overworking himself. Ota having the overly energetic co-workers. Those I found relatable. I wish I didn't. But like manipulative bosses, they're the worst. Just recently, I had an experience with my new boss. Like, that woman knows what she's doing. And I could see through what she was doing. And I still went with my own 2 feet and fell into her trap. Like, Kanuka's arrival. I mean, slay! Yo, that's the type of attitude with which I want to show up to work. You know, like, instead of spiraling every morning, like, why am I doing this? Why am I here? I'm gonna be like, why am I here? For combat. I'm gonna fight everyone. Noah's and Asuma's date, that was cute. The way it ended wasn't. Asuma and Noah having that hug at the end, yeah, like, okay, that oddly reminded me of that moment in the Macross movie, Do You Remember Love? Macross comes in to save Misa and the dude, and you know, they just like pose. It reminded me of that. Nagumo's VA, like, girl. The moment she started speaking, my sister and I were both like, girl. But I didn't recognize her immediately. I did recognize Toshio Furukawa as Asuma. Amazing performance, 10 out of 10. But then, like, when we finished the movie, we kind of went down a rabbit hole of looking up the VAs, and then I saw it was her. I think I talked about this in one of the Legend of the Galactic Heroes journal videos. That woman's voice is expensive. She sounds like dollar bills. 1,000 out of 10. Another thing that hit me immediately was the music. Bangers upon bangers. You know, the music at the start, what is that called? The cold opening, that was amazing. And the way it culminates in the title drop. Matsui-san's meditation music, oh my god. This man, you guys, his aura goes so hard. 10 out of 10. And don't get me started on the ending. Period! However, this is what I realized on the second watch. You can't just float along with this movie. You have to lock in. Track the mystery, catch all the little threads. That would be Oshi's side of things, I guess. We can engage with this narrative on 2 levels. One is a trail that we're following to solve the mystery. It is straightforward, but there are subtleties. Also, it's carried out by more than one character, so you need to tune in and follow the movements closely. Take the Arc fight. On my first watch, it was all kind of blurry. On the rewatch, I could actually track who was where, what each character was doing, stuff like that. Then there's the second layer, the symbols, the references. We have birds, cages, the Ark, Tower of Babel. All of these add extra shades of meaning and call for analysis, something I personally wouldn't expect from my brain at 2 a.m. But yeah, after I watched the movie carefully and sat with my notes for a while, I realized these symbols and signs, they all point back to one quiet idea running underneath everything. Ready or not, time keeps moving. The world is changing. It's changing fast. Machines evolve, cities rebuild themselves, systems upgrade. And suddenly, people who built the old world don't quite belong in the new one anymore. We see it right at the beginning. In Noah's reaction to the new Type 0. Obviously it's better, technically more advanced and everything, but she doesn't like it. It's like progress in this movie doesn't feel exciting. It feels like replacement. Like something familiar quietly becoming obsolete. That feeling keeps showing up everywhere. We have Jitsuyama-san and Sasaki-san at the Shinohara factory talking about becoming outdated in the very industry they helped shape. Detective Matsui and Captain Goto's conversation about Hobo's hometown goes the same direction. The city is changing so fast, discarding the past is completely worthless. So the movie is asking, what happens to people when progress moves faster than the human heart can adapt? Because machines upgrade instantly, people don't. Empty cages feel like past restraints, like a forgotten history. The skyscrapers evoke the Tower of Babel, which is all about humanity's ambition to build higher and faster. What's interesting is that the Ark is also the tower, both a means of survival and the height of human ambition that then turns into the bringer of catastrophe. Type 0 baddie is a baddie, but Noah and Asuma don't forget to bring up the operator's brains and guts. Technology moves forward in unbelievable ways. But Sasaki-san reminds us humans are the creators, maintainers, and users of machines. Hobo's plan was picture perfect, but the ending shows SV2 natural dummies should never be underestimated. We're in the driver's seat, folks. Let's act responsibly. Alright, that was it, you guys. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Should we do Patlabor 2 the next round? I mean, I'm gonna watch the OVA. I'll probably have watched it by the time you see this video. Yeah, or we could do another one. Just leave your recommendations in the comments. I already have a list of movies you guys recommended. I can choose from that. So yeah, thank you for watching and see you next time.